So, I want to talk about how you can be free from any anxiety or any negative emotions about other people's thoughts, opinions, and judgments about you because there is a solution or there is a way to not care, to be able to like just be who you are, do what you want without caring about other people's opinions, thoughts, and judgments of you. And the solution is pretty simple. It doesn't require much. It only requires you and you're willing to change, whether you're willing to let go of certain stuff. So the only reason that you take other people's thoughts, opinions, and judgments about you very seriously, to the extent where like you get anxious over it, you question yourself about whether you're really like that way, the way that other people see you, is because you take your own opinions, thoughts, and judgments very seriously yourself. So, say for example that you saw someone with like a really crazy hair color, like it could be neon yellow or pink, and then personally you don't really like that color. You think that it is too bright. And so you created or you formed like a thought judgment inside of you where you just like, oh my gosh, I hate that color. It's disgusting. I hate it. Why is he dyeing his hair this color? And then from that thought form, because you've invested your energy and your attention into it, you end up feeling like feelings of disgust, feelings of like um, dislike or hatred even towards that person's hair color or towards that person. And so because you have invested yourself into that thought or that opinion or judgment really seriously, you think that it is actually true, that it is like a fact that the person's hair color is ugly. But someone else with different experiences growing up, with different perspectives, might not think the same way that you do. They might look at their hair color and think, wow, that's so bright. He has so much courage, or so much, or he's really bold in wanting to have that hair color. And so they have that thought, which is very different from yours. And so that is how you know that your own thoughts and judgments, they're not true. They're not like a fact, where like it's really hard to challenge or it's really hard to doubt. Because, it's possible that someone else has a different thought and judgment about that person's hair color. Or it could be that you might end up having like an experience where your own thoughts, opinions, and judgments about that hair color might change. Like you could have, I don't know, you might suddenly one day decide that, oh, it's actually a pretty nice color to have. And then there goes your previous opinion. It's just like poof, gone. And so because you take your own thoughts very seriously, you think that they are true, they're real, and like nothing can contend that. So when other people have opinions or judgments about you, when they feel like a certain negative emotion about you, you think that's true too. You think that's real. And because of that, you end up feeling very negative about it. You start getting anxious, you're like very worried that it is actually true, and that maybe if that person has like a view of you that you are worthless or you are ugly or I don't know, anything that you don't particularly like, then you will end up getting like anxious, you have negative emotions too. And so, in my experience, the only way out of that, the only way to break free from caring about other people's opinions, judgments, and thoughts is only when you no longer care about your own thoughts, opinions, and judgments. When you can see through your own thoughts, opinions, and judgments and know that they are not true, that they are not a fact, and they don't last, they are fleeting, and it's possible that they will change, and it's possible that it is just not true. That in reality, it is like an insignificant and inconsequential thought form. And that thought form is just nothing. And so when you can see your thought forms and your emotions as a result from that thought forms as like inconsequential, as like insignificant, then when other people have that similar judgments or thoughts or opinions about you, then you won't take them so seriously. You no longer care as much because you have cared enough to not care. You have decided that, oh, actually, I'm not happy. Because when you actually have like formed judgments and opinions about other people, you're not in like a good mood too, because you feel like disgust or dislike towards that person, and those feelings of disgust and dislike, they don't feel good in your body. They don't feel good in your heart, and so when you decide that, okay, I'm gonna let it go. I'm not gonna take my own thoughts so seriously. I'm not gonna take my own opinions and judgments that seriously. You are taking back your energy from all these like things that you previously invested your energy, your time, your attention into, and when those energy comes back to you, you're just you have much more energy to invest in being happy, in being alive, in being energetic, and you no longer care about what other people think, and you're just free to be however you like. You're free to do whatever you want, and when you have taken back all those energy and you become happier as a happier person naturally as a result of that, you're just free to be happy. You're free to be so happy, and I just can't say, like, I can't describe it, that feeling of freedom and happiness that comes when you no longer take yourself so seriously, your thoughts and emotions that seriously, and because of that, you no longer take other people's thoughts and emotions that seriously, and it just awards you such a higher degree of freedom from worry, from anxiety, from having to feel like self-conscious about how you act, about how um, you appear to other people, because you no longer care. And so, yep, that's all I want to say. That's all I want to share for today. And will you try it out? Will you try to not take your own emotions or thoughts that seriously? Because I don't want you to like take what I say at face value. I want you to go out and try it out for yourself to see if what I say actually works. And if it actually works, then, and if you like the result of it working, which is you becoming happier, then I hope you continue to do it, because to do it for your own sake and not for anybody else's. And so, yeah, that's all I want to share for today. If there's anything you want to share, or if there's any questions you want to ask, then go ahead and put it in the comment box. Feel free. So that's it. That's all for today. Bye.